everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to a very exciting video. I think I probably say that about everything that I film, but I think this is such an important topic and I'm really looking forward to diving in with you guys and taking a look at how I do a yearly review and how I use that information to set my intentions for the new year and what I do with it moving forward. So I hope that sounds exciting to you guys as well. If you are new around here, my name is May. I make videos about all kinds of different life subjects. I love planning and organization, and I love to share with you guys the things that I do that work well for me. So I hope that this is useful for you. And if you do enjoy this video, I hope that you'll give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. All right, so let's dive in. Basically, we are doing an annual review, just like you would do in most jobs. We're going to kind of look at the year and see what we've accomplished, and then we're going to kind of analyze that information and use it to prepare for the year ahead. So if you're watching this video as it goes live, we are about to end 2019 and move into 2020. Now, another important thing that I want to mention, this video is going to have an accompanying blog post. I decided to do it kind of a overview filming instead of talking to you guys face to face, because I wanted to kind of show you some of the different items that I'll be using as part of this process. But don't worry about writing down everything that I say. I'm going to go through a lot of questions and tools and things that you can use to really analyze the year. And I want you guys to have that in written form. So this will have an accompanying blog post with all of those questions and more information. So I'll leave that link down below. Be sure to check that out and kind of use that as a reference along with this video. So some of you may be thinking, what is the point of this? We've lived through the year. What's done is done. Let's just move forward. And I understand, I think there is an importance to moving forward, but I don't think that we can adequately plan and prepare and set intentions and goals if we don't see how far we've already come. And if we don't reflect on what we have accomplished so far, what worked and what didn't work, I think reflection is a really important part of this cycle. So we plan and then we act, but then we've got to take time to reflect so that we know how to readjust and we know how to move forward. So really this process is going to help you in setting your New Year's intentions so that you can see where you were and then you can see how to move forward. So the first part of this, before you even get started with any of this stuff, the most important thing is to kind of prepare yourself. So there's a couple steps that go into that. First of all, be patient with yourself, all right? You don't want to rush this process. This is not just a quick 15-minute job, right? So one of my intentions in the month of December is to try to spend 20 minutes a day reflecting and preparing for the new year. So that's what I set for my entire month. It's easier for me to break it up into smaller chunks and spend about 15 to 20 minutes a day in this process. Some of you may find that it's easier to carve out like a 1 hour block. So you may need, 3 or 4 1 hour blocks to do this. Maybe you'll spend a Sunday. I love talking about CEO Sundays. I think that's a really cool concept to incorporate into your life. So maybe as part of CEO Sundays, in December, you will take the time to do this. And by the way, if you need more information on CEO Sundays and what that is and how I use it for success, I will leave that linked down below for you as well. I want to stop to mention one other thing here as well. Like I said, if you're watching this live, we're towards the end of December, moving into 2020, but I truly believe that you can start fresh and start new any time. So if you are watching this on a Tuesday in July and you've decided that you want to reflect on, the past 6 or 7 months and start a new chapter beginning tomorrow, that's fine too. Don't let these arbitrary timelines hold you back and cause limiting beliefs. Okay. So you can start fresh and start new whenever you want. I happen to think it's convenient to use the new year as a starting point, but a couple of years ago, February was my new January. So I kind of just eased into the new year and then spent February and spent January planning, and then, created my new start in February. I actually have a planner sticker set all about February being the new January, and starting new whenever you want. So I'll link that down below for you guys as well. So I did want to just say that make sure that you don't limit yourself to when you start new. Whenever you decide you want to do it, you can do it. All right, so back to our prep stage. So you've given yourself adequate time. The next thing is to make sure that your environment when you're doing this, your environment is one that makes you happy, that's warm, that's inviting, that's clean and organized. The aspects of our lives are all interconnected, right? So our physical well-being is linked to our emotional and mental as well. Our physical space around us can have an impact on our mental well-being also. So make sure you have a nice, clean, organized space. You're sitting somewhere that makes you happy. If pretty tools make you happy, if you like using a certain pen or a notebook or whatever, just get the things that are going to help you and motivate you and make you excited to do this exercise. And then the last thing is just really be honest with yourself and be true. This is for you. You're only serving yourself by doing this. So it's not going to do you any good to, not be honest in your review of the past year and what you want to accomplish. But that being said, I also think that you really should think boldly and be excited and dream big. So it doesn't mean that, being realistic means that you think, oh, I can't do this. It just means be realistic in what you have accomplished and look at what those things are so that that can then inform your decisions. But your goals and your intentions can be big. All right, so now that we've done the prep and that's out of the way, let's talk about the actual technical logistics of what you want to do. So the first thing is to just print out a calendar. I just got online, I think this is the website, but just Google it, monthly calendar blank. So just print them out, one for every month of the year. So starting January 2019, because we're reviewing 2019. So we're not using these to future plan. We're using these to reflect and review the year before. And then go through and look at your calendar. So whether you used a digital one on your phone, I love this paper calendar from Amazon. This is what I've been using. So I will go through and look at this one. I'll have this linked down below also. I think this is the best and most affordable planner. I'm going to leave the review for you guys, the video that I did linked below. All right, so we're going to look at our calendar and basically we're going to create a timeline. So we are going to write down every major milestone, trip, whatever, accomplishment. You get to decide what's important and what needs to be noted on here and write it down. So it could be you changed a job, you started a new relationship, you had a baby. I mean, whatever it is, write it on here so that you can see everything that you've accomplished. This is going to serve a couple of different purposes. First of all, you're going to see how really cool you are and how much you've actually accomplished. I think we forget sometimes because we get caught up in the busy day-to-day that we don't look at the bigger picture and we don't see how much we've accomplished. So creating this timeline really helps you see how much you've done and how far you've come. And then it can also help you to see what can you mark off your to-do list, and also what do you want to create now? What do you want to do now? What do you want to accomplish now? So creating this timeline is really key. Seeing it written out in this format will help you. You've got to use pen and paper. Please don't just spend 15 minutes looking at your calendar on your computer and thinking, okay, I did my review. You've got to write it down. This step is really crucial. After you've done this, now you have the information that will allow you to reflect and examine. So again, I will have a blog post with all of this information written on it, but just a few things that you can consider as you look through these pages of your accomplishment. What were the 2 or 3 biggest accomplishments? And what do you think contributed to those? Now, you really got to take time to examine this. This is not just a quick little exercise. That's why I said for some people, people, it might be easier to set aside 20 minutes a day. Other people might want to set aside big chunks of time. But again, look at what you've done. What goals are you proud of? How have you grown in the past year? Did you learn any new skills or healthy habits? All right, now here's an advanced level thing that you can do. Again, if what I'm about to describe to you is overwhelming, then don't do it. But if you are an intermediate or advanced planner and you want to try this, I would recommend it. I like to categorize the things that I've accomplished so that I can examine each category. So you may want to assign a color to the categories that you set, and then go through and color coordinate the things that you've accomplished. Okay. Again, you don't have to do this if you don't want to, but it may help you kind of see, all right, if I see more green dots on here, does that mean that I accomplished more personal things as opposed to more career? Maybe green signifies personal and orange signifies career, and I see more green. That means that I didn't focus on my career as much. It's just another tool or another way for you to categorize this information. But some suggestions on categories that you may want to think about: life, career, intelligence, home, spirituality, relationships, style, physical, mental. These are a lot of different things. There are a lot of different categories that you can think about. And again, I will tell you the blog post will have all of these listed for you. So after you've spent a significant amount of time assessing what you've accomplished in the past year, you've looked at themes and lessons and things that you've learned, you want to assess where you are right now. Because really, you can't know where you're going if you don't know where you currently stand right now. So again, look at a picture of your life right now. These calendars and what you've written in them will help you assess that as well. Another intermediate level step in categorizing, you can go through and assign a value to each of these things that you've accomplished in each category. So for example, in the health category, you can give yourself a point for every time that you accomplished a big goal. Let's say you lost 5 pounds. And you can add up those points to then see which categories have the most points. A little bit more advanced level. And I don't necessarily think that you need to do that in order to effectively reflect and plan. That's why I'm not spending too much time, but I did want to just give you those ideas in case you wanted to use them and kind of make them your own. Now, the exciting part, you can use all of this information to plan for the new year. You can set intentions, you can set goals, you can see what you've accomplished and what you still need to accomplish. So again, this is just like a diagnostic tool. This gives you information that you can use to then move forward. If you were to get all of this information but not use it to move forward, then that would be the real tragedy. That would be kind of like, what's the point, right? So the point in all of this is to get all this information, but then use it to create something even bigger. Again, there will be a lot of areas that you can consider as you're creating your goals and setting your intentions for the new year. You can look and see, what of the things that I did in these past 12 months do I want to leave behind? What do I want to move on from? Are there habits or behaviors that I liked in what I did that I want to take with me into the new year? Goal setting is a whole other topic. So if that is something that you're interested in and you want me to kind of talk through that more in depth with you guys, let me know. I'm happy to do it. But I think you do really need to be intentional and strategic in setting your goals, because that's what's going to allow you to grow and accomplish bigger things and be successful. Using this information and seeing what you accomplished will also help you see, were there any obstacles or roadblocks that maybe prevented you from moving forward, and what of those things do you need to work on as you move into the new year? You can examine relationships. Really, this is just a tool, like I said, to help you set your next steps. So check out my blog post down below. I'm going to have everything written out for you guys, but it was important for me to create a video so I could really talk through it as well and kind of show you what these tools are that I'm going to be using. So again, I hope that this is helpful. Please use this in conjunction with the blog post so that it would be the most effective for you. Leave any suggestions that you have down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. Let me know, do you do a year in review? Is this something that you have done, whether it be in work, or is it something that you incorporate into your life? And if you have any other suggestions for topics to consider during this annual review, leave that down below as well. I appreciate you guys as always. One thing that I personally do in my year in review is always look at my social media content and see if there's a purpose in what I'm doing, or, you know, what is the point in all that. And all the time, I always come back to the fact that you guys are just so amazing, and the messages that I get from you all really make this all worth it and make me realize that there is a point. And I do really think that we've created a community and that we really help each other out. So I hope you guys have had an incredible year, and I hope that this is useful in not only reflecting, but also helping you to be bigger and better in the new year to come, or whenever you are watching this. All right, thanks again, you guys, so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm going to say it one more time. YouTube and social media in general has kind of been working against content creators. It's becoming increasingly difficult for us to get our content out there. Our subscribers, our followers, our community members are not seeing the things that we're creating. So the best way that you can help out, it's free. All you have to do is really like and comment and subscribe. And more importantly, share this with someone who may benefit from it. All right, you guys, take good care. Thanks so much for watching, and I will talk to you later. Bye.